Hey everybody, welcome to all the members of the geolocal community. This is Sharon and Jasmine, of course. How is everybody today? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Type yes in the chat box. Who's there? Okay, I see some responses. Let's see. Let's see now. How do I make this thing? Okay, here you go. All right. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How about just good day, since everybody is all over the place, all over the world. So we'll just say good day like the Australians do, right? So shout out to Katia and DLVK Eugene. Aha. Get response, huh? So how's everybody today? Okay, first of all, can you hear me pretty well? And let me know if you hear any huffing and puffing, because of course I'm on my treadmill. And matter of fact, that's the picture I have up on the screen right now. So you can see exactly, this is how I work every day. This is exactly what I'm doing right now, walking and talking to you. So it's a really cool way to get your exercise. I highly recommend it if you're sitting on your all day. It's a really great way to stay in shape while you're working. So anyway, I just want to put that up there and inspire everybody to get your exercise when you can, and this is what has worked for me. So anyway, welcome. And so today we're going to have a fire sale. Now, fire sales used to be around a long time ago. I hadn't heard of them much recently. Then all of a sudden I see fire sales left and right. So I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for us to have a fire sale. I think you guys know, I've mentioned that I am the sole supporter of my children, and they recently got their driver's license. So this fire sale is sort of for the triplets to earn car insurance money, because my insurance will go from $80 to something like $400 a month. So yeah, time for a fire sale. And in case you haven't seen my beautiful triplets, that's what they look like. Aren't they cute? Yes, I know I'm biased. I'm the mom. But anyway, that's the kids. I have two screens shown on top of one. See, this is why I shouldn't do this, right? Because, and I'm passing over to Jasmine in a second. She insisted that I show the pictures because she was doing something else. So, ever since I got Jasmine, I've become very, much less technical. So, anyway, hi from Cape Town, Auckland. Is that correct? Did I pronounce that correctly? And SC, we will take the screens. I'll be handing the screen over to Jasmine in about 3 seconds, as soon as she tells me she's ready. Jasmine, say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Jasmine is still very shy, so we don't have any pictures to show of her, but one of these days I'm going to drive over to her house, sneak into her room, and take a picture of her hunched over the computer with a coffee pot next to her bed, right? So anyway, Jasmine, are you ready for me to hand you the screen?
Sure.
You don't sound convincing. Okay. Jasmine's name is John Racine for today, by the way. Okay, so now Jasmine has the screen.
All right. Can everybody see my screen? Great.
Yes,
no
yes,
no
yes,
double
yes.
windows or anything?
No double windows?
Awesome.
Okay. All right. See, it works much better when Jasmine does it. Yep. So, hey, Cliff. All righty. Okay. So what we're going to do is, and I've been creating products for a while, and so once I started thinking about having a fire sale, I realized that we had quite a few products, and not everybody can have every product, so we decided to make give you a really good rate on things. And so this was just a chance for everybody, sort of like a scratch and dent sale, no, think of it as a Tupperware party, right? People invite you to come over and hang out, and then they want you to buy something. So that's what I told Jasmine the other day. It's going to be like a Tupperware party. So anyway, so Jasmine is going to demo the different products that we have, and then we're going to give you a really, really good deal on any of the products that you see. So this is a good time to pick up anything that you wanted to pick up in the past, and for whatever reason you didn't. And also, I want to, on the QRep product that I have, I'm only about 50 sales from having 1,000 sales on the Warrior Forum, which I've never been able to do with any of my other products. So I really would like to get up to 1,000 sales. That would really be cool. I need to come up with some sort of incentive for that. So anyway, Jasmine, take it away. And of course, I'm here putting in my 2 cents on everything. And then at the end, we'll have an update on classes, and I want to tell you guys what I've been doing with the Voice Blaster. I'm trying out using a Voice Blaster to reach business owners to sort of get away from the cold calling. You know, I don't like cold calling, which is why I'm having Jason Canigan come on next week. But so until then, I'm going to try the Voice Blaster. So anyway, I see a few more people joining us. Welcome, welcome. We're just now getting started. Only thing you missed was a picture of me on a treadmill and a picture of my darling triplets. So Jasmine, take it away.
Alrighty. So QRep was our last major product, so I guess we can start there. And does anybody already have QRep on here? Anybody that's listening now already have it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. And how are you all liking it? For those of you that do have it.
Oh, BJ's here. Hey, BJ.
All right. Looks like you guys really like QRep, the ones that have it. That's great news. So for those of you that don't have QRep, what it is basically a way for you to put reviews up on your client sites. It starts with a QR code. You scan the customer can scan the code while they're still in the store, fill out a review form, and then once they submit the form, you can give them coupons or send them somewhere else, let them post to different social media outlets. It's basically a way to both get people, to build brand loyalty and to get reviews up on your site for other people to see. And let's see, so what that's going to look like. It's a plugin, by the way, so you have to have WordPress to use it in the first place. And it is mobile responsive, so it makes it very easy for people to fill out this form on their phones. And let's go ahead and edit a company so you can see what that looks like. We'll go with the Bombay Pizza Company. So here, these short codes are automatically generated every time you create a new company, and their custom review site is already created as well. So if we open that up, take a look. And it's rather large right now, but if I resize it, you can see that it is mobile responsive, and it will readjust based on the size of your screen. So this is what it would look like on your mobile device. And basically what it is the customer will fill out their name, their email address. They're going to leave you a star rating, 1 to 5, based on their experience. And then they can type in their review. So let's go ahead and fill this out. I've actually been to this place. It's a real place. It is Indian Italian fusion, so you can get like tandoori chicken on a pizza. It is amazing.
What? Really? Where is this?
It's off of 90 and 6, up where that big HEB is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they also have one, I think, in Midtown.
Aker says Indian pizza?
Yes,
really?
exactly.
Like tandoori chicken on the pizza.
Yes, and they even have like a curry sauce that they use instead of like a regular pizza sauce. It really is fusion food, and it is all very good. So very, very good.
Cool.
So once they fill out the form, and basically what happens is, based on their rating, between 5 stars and 1 star, depending on what rating they leave, you can give them different coupons. So I left a 5-star rating, and this is the message that I get. And this is, my coupon code that comes with it that I can use on my next visit. And if I'd like, I can share my review on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. And it also gives you the option to follow them on their social media networks. And if I resize this page, so what that looks like when you're editing, on the mobile form tab, which is the review form we were just looking at, this is your mobile form. Go back. This is your mobile form. So here is where you can set it up differently. So like I said, based on their rating, you can have different text. So if they leave a 5-star rating, hey, you get a 20% off coupon. But if they only leave 1 star, you can say something like, ooh, yikes, what can we do to improve and win you back? So it gives you the option to be very flexible here for you and your client. And they'll also receive an email whenever they submit a review. So the email text can be different than the text that appears on the page. For instance, if you wanted to actually send over a coupon, you could do that. And you have the option, those share buttons that we saw, these here, you can make it so that these only appear if they leave above a certain rating. So right now it's set to 4. So if they leave 4 stars or above, then they have the option to share their rating on different social networks. And if they were to leave, say, a 1 star, they would only have the option to visit the website or to follow, for you to follow them on their social networks, but they wouldn't let you share your 1-star rating in other places. So it's pretty flexible, and it gives you control over which ratings appear and which ratings don't appear. One of the best features is that when they put their email address in, you can automatically add them to an email autoresponder list. It's set up with Aweber, GetResponse, or other. And depending on which option you select, you just go ahead and put in your list's email address. And for the most part, it is, your list name at getresponse.com or your list name at aweber.com. And that would go here. So whenever they put their email address in the form, they'll automatically be added to your client's email list. And another great feature is if you enable this option, what this will do is if you have a mobile list set up, and by that I mean like you can send out text messages to people that have subscribed to your mobile list. If you are using the service that has the short code 71441, there are lots of different short code services out there, but this is the specific one that works with this plugin. So if you're using the 71441 short code, then you can just put your list name here in this box. And when they get back to the review form, let's see if I save this change. The form before didn't have a field for phone number. So if I refresh it, now there's a field for mobile number. And what this will do is it'll also, when they put in their mobile number, it'll add them to your mobile opt-in list as well as adding them to your email autoresponder list. So you're basically able to gather as much information as possible, and it gives you multiple ways to connect with your clients or the customers. And here's where you would put in your social networks for them to link to when they've, left a good enough review. And that's pretty much as simple as it is. And basically, you can have as many companies as you'd like set up in one install of QRep. And this moderate tab here is when you turn it over to a client, what you can do is you can set them up as a user like any other WordPress user. What QRep does when you activate this plugin, it creates a new role in WordPress. So when you add your client as a user to your WordPress site, you would select their role as QRep moderator. And when they log in, they're only going to have access to their one specific company. So they're not going to see all of these things that you see when you log in. All they'll see is the WP QRep management and then their company. And on the moderate tab, it's going to look a little bit like this. They have access to published reviews that were never published, to unpublished reviews that were published, and this threshold rating up here, anything above this number, so any review that's above a 3, will automatically post to wherever you are storing their reviews. So all of these that are 1s and 2s don't appear on the page. Let me find that page so you can see what that looks like.
Hey, Jasmine?
Mm-hmm.
I got a question from JB, not to be confused with BJ. Will QRep integrate with FB Mobile Social templates? Now, I think we've been asked this question before.
Yes. Yes, it will. Let me show you.
Okay. Yes, the ratings are posted directly to client sites, not on external sites, because external sites won't let us do that. They have very strict terms of service, and they do not want external programs posted to their sites. Members have to log in and actually type in their responses. Now, of course, they can do copy and paste, but they do have to log in. BJ had asked about the ratings being posted directly to client sites, and someone else asked that earlier too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And as far as what it's going to look like on FB Mobile Social, since it is just a plugin, it'll integrate with any WordPress theme you have. And here is our FB Mobile Social theme. And as you can see, you can integrate the reviews here in the welcome area or over in the sidebar. And basically, it works because if you have QRep loaded to the same install as FB Mobile Social, then you can just put the shortcode anywhere within the theme to make the reviews appear. So this is the review page that for the Bombay Pizza Company. So anytime a review above, like we said, anytime a review above a 3 is posted, it'll automatically appear here. And on this page, you can limit the number of reviews that appear at one time. So if we go in and edit this page, here you'll see that we can limit the reviews to 2. If I wanted to change that to 10, I could. And if I refresh this page, then 10 reviews show up at a time. And each time a new review is added, the one on the bottom is going to get knocked off. So it'll be constantly rotating. And as you can see, only things that are 3 and above appear. So these are the 4 and 5 ratings. And someone asked if, can a customer get lower ratings mailed to them to make sure they don't follow up, or to make sure they follow up with unhappy customers? Every time a review is posted, whether it's a 1 or a 5, the moderator is going to get an email. So let's see. If we go back to the main page of QRep, go back to edit this company. Here on the general tab, you'll see a field for moderator. Right now there's none set up because this is just a demo. So if I wanted to have it so that the moderator for the Bombay Pizza Company got an email every time they left a review, I would just select them from the drop-down list. And now you can only do this after you've created a user in your WordPress install. So you would create a user like you would do anyone else, whether it's a subscriber or another administrator, and be sure to select their role as QRep moderator. And once you select them here, like I said, they'll automatically get an email each time a review is posted, whether it's good or bad.
Cool. All right.
And
well,
QRep is very easy to use too. It's easy to set up. It's easy to use, and it comes with templates. If you get the single site license, you get I believe it's 7 templates to start. But if you get the developers upgrade, then you get 20 different themes that you can work with. And a lot of these themes do coincide with the themes that are included in FB Mobile Social. So it makes integration with FB Mobile Social that much easier.
All right. Well, we have lots of products to cover, and we didn't want this to be all about QRep. And we do have lots of training videos and previous webinars as well. So, but this just meant to be sort of a brief overview for those of you who haven't seen it, and maybe a refresher for those of you who have and never picked it up. So now it's available. How much does it cost, Jasmine? I'm not even sure.
Right now, you can get the single site license for only $7. If you want the upgrade, the upgrade is only 10, and you get all of this additional stuff with that upgrade. But if you only want the themes, for $5 more, you can get the 13 additional themes and the developer's license. So both of those numbers are way less than half of what it would normally cost.
Wow, that is way less. Jasmine did all the pricing, people. I didn't have anything to do with it, so. And if you bought it already, please don't ask for a refund, okay? So what are we going to talk about next?
Okay, so next up, we can cover FB Mobi Social, since we were already talking about that one.
Wow, you're getting all the hard stuff out of the way first, aren't you?
Yeah, get the hard stuff over with.
That's called Eat That Frog.
Oops, wrong one. Okay, let me find it. There we go.
She cannot go lower. No, BJ. See? Jasmine, what's the link to the Firesale page? You wanna
The
put it up
Firesale
somewhere?
page is geolocal.net/Firesale. There's
Okay, let's see. Maybe we can put it in the geolocal, let's see, geolocal.net/Firesale. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll do that. I'll put it in the check box.
ready.
Holes.
So, FB Mobi Social, while you guys are waiting on that link. This one is our comprehensive one theme with 20 different skins for 20 different niches. And this one is really, really versatile, and we really like it. We spent a lot of time updating this one, listening to what you said with your feedback and your help desk tickets. As of right now, we're on version 6.0 for this theme. And I love it, because if you get tired of one look, it's seriously as easy as a couple of clicks to change it. So if we're logged into our WordPress installs, under Appearance and Theme Options, you would just go to Select a Skin. And right now we have Accounting. And if I wanted to change it to Landscaper, do that, save my changes, I go back here and refresh. I've got a whole new look, and it only took a couple of clicks to get it. And changing the sliders is just as easy. Here under Home Slider and Welcome Area, we have the Real Estate slider. If I want to put up the Landscaping slider, just change that. Give it a refresh. And now we've got the slider that matches the theme. And when you purchase FB Mobi Social, it comes with the content ready to load. We're going to give you an entire XML file that has 3 pages of content per niche. It's going to have 3 slider images per niche. The sliders and the slides are already created for you. So basically, after you install this theme and activate it, what you'll do is under Tools, you just go to Import, and you would click the WordPress. If you don't already have a WordPress installer loaded to your site, it'll give you the option to go ahead and install that plugin. So do that. And it's as simple as loading that XML file that we send you, and it'll populate all of these fields for you. So it's easy to at least get started to make it seem like you've got a lot of content going on first.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how many themes do you know that actually come with content? You know, we got so many requests from people who wanted content, so we decided to actually provide content so that literally when you set it up, it really is a site that's ready to go.
Right, because that wasn't originally included. So with the second version of the theme that we released, we included the content pack with it. So it just makes it that much easier to get started and have your demos to show clients. And it's very easy to replace your information with theirs. Like we said, all of these images come preloaded with that XML file as well. And there are extensive tutorials with this when you log into the FB Mobi Social site after you've created your login, and where you download all of your information. And there's also a forum section of frequently asked questions on the help desk that has a lot of minor FBMS questions you might have already answered for you.
Now, someone asked a question. They purchased Mobile Social earlier, and it shows the they want to know how to update. So you would just log into the site, into FB Mobile Social site, and I'm sure that the updated file is there.
It is not there yet. It will be. But when you're going to upload it to your WordPress site, you would just upload it like you would any other theme. So to upload version 6.0, you would go here. As you can see, I have all the different versions loaded to this demo site. So you would just go to the Install Themes tab and find it on your hard drive and upload it. That way you won't lose any information. The only thing you'll have to change when you upload the new theme to your WordPress site is the menu. So after you've loaded the new theme and activated it, you're going to go to your menu tab, and this field will be blank after you first upload it. So basically you'll just need to put the custom menu that you created back into the header. Because a WordPress default is to put every single page that is created on your navbar. So it's a little off-putting at first when you first update and you refresh your page, and then you've got like 80 different links in your navbar, but it's really simple to update your menu.
And Mazween is asking, will the themes be updated in the future, and do we get lifetime updates? We are still updating this, and when did we first publish this? We first started selling this back in, what, March? So, and we're still updating it because we have a very conscientious developer, and he's always tweaking in every little request that we get. Well, not every request, but little fixes here and there. So yes, it is updated. Now, we haven't added any more themes, but as far as the Mobile Social set of themes and all that, we're making sure to update that. If we get enough requests for new themes, then Martin and I might consider putting out another pack. But most of the time, people have found it's easy enough to customize the themes that we have for any niche that they want. So we haven't had that many requests for new themes because people found out that they really don't need them, that they can customize themes to fit whatever niche they'd like to pursue. Now, Douglas has a good question. He wants to know if there's a way to buy everything in the Firesale package in one transaction, which I suggested to Jasmine, and she said,
no.
Well, you know, they probably will have at least one thing of yours, and why would they want to buy everything? I said, okay, well, we'll make them everything separate. So, Jasmine, can you make everything and put everything into one package?
I couldn't, because there are a couple of different products that have different membership levels, and there's no way to guarantee that which level you purchase is. So it's kind of, you know.
It would have to be a manual thing, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because if we made it one big purchase, then either you or I would have to go in and individually create those accounts for those people based on their purchases. And then it would take us time to get you back the information instead of you having instant access to it at the time of purchase.
Okay, so I guess the short answer is, if you don't mind not having instant access to everything, then it's possible.
Yes.
So, okay. And that product, we probably would do that, like, I don't even think we'll come up with a price, because when I proposed it, Jasmine told me that, and so I said, okay, well, then never mind. But maybe we'll come up with something.
Make us an offer, Douglas.
Yeah. Uh-oh, don't say that. Can you make it lower? Can you make it lower? Come on, people. Okay, so is that it for FB Mobile Social?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what else do we have? So those are the two software products, the plugin and the theme, and then we have the what do you want to do next? The consultant pack?
Yeah.
Okay. Offline mobile consultant pack.
Right.
Now this was a mega package that we did, I think, for the beginning of the year maybe.
Yeah.
and it had way too much stuff in it. I mean, it was, I don't know how many themes, and just too much stuff to even. Okay, you go ahead, Jasmine. Tell me about it. 'Cause I don't
This
even
one
remember
was
everything.
probably the most massive thing we've done to date. And it kind of predated what we did with FEMOBI Social, but we basically give you an out-of-the-box solution for creating your mobile consultant presence online. So you get multiple themes. We give you plenty of PLR content. We give you graphics. We give you all sorts of great things that are ready to go, ready to use. And this one was pretty popular, I'd say. I think people really like this one. We did update it quite a bit. I think it's on version, I want to say 4? Version 4 by now. But this one was a massive pack. Let's see.
Yeah, I think this one didn't it start out at $37 and go up from there? I think it was pretty expensive too.
Yeah, this one was 40, and that was just the front end, not including the OTO on this one. So, yeah, there was a bunch of stuff in here.
Right, right. And since then I've learned, that pricing, is better to pull out things and start with a lower price and, break it up, because a lot of people don't want everything in it. I think, didn't we have a downsell on this one too? I don't remember.
No, not
But
on this
anyway.
one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So anyway, it's a massive package and really straight out of the box solution for getting started with mobile.
Right, and let me see if I can, give me just a second, let me see if I can find that sales page.
Oh, Douglas bought Offline Niche Authority, which is not on our list. That is not going to be on our list to sell. Douglas, you probably know why. He says, yep. I want people to be able to talk. I want people to be able to talk on webinars. How do we do that without having, because I used to, I'm sure you've been on webinars where everyone was not muted, and what a mess, because then people get on and their dogs are barking and kids are crying and there's all sorts of background noise. But wouldn't it be great? Maybe like a Google Hangout. Now, I haven't done Google Hangouts, but I hear that people are using them more. Can everybody participate, and is it visual, or can people talk?
I think there's a limit to how many people can be on a Google Hangout at one time.
Yeah, we should try Google Hangouts. But actually, what I would really like to do is use that VB license. I was thinking about using that VB license that we have. I have a license of V Bulletin. Is that it? V Bulletin? And I think that would be a great use of it, because I have so many great conversations with people one-on-one, and I just think a lot of you would benefit from meeting each other. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Okay. Mazween wants to demo the themes. Can you do that, Jasmine?
Yeah, I think we have a demo set up. Let me see.
Douglas says the first 9 people can talk. Is that on Google Hangouts?
Yeah. So here,
Arkad wants to know how long will the offers be available. So how long are we running the special, Jasmine? Did we say 3 days or 7 days? I forgot.
3 days. What's today? Thursday? So how about through the weekend?
Okay.
And we'll
All
take
right.
it
There you
down.
go, Arkad.
This is what the theme looks like that comes with the Mobile Consultant Pack. It's a similar setup if you're familiar with FMLB Social. It's the theme options panel is laid out almost the same. consultant pack for you. It is offered on the Firesale. You get everything in this offer, and like we said, the original price was about 38 to 45 bucks, and now it's 17. So and if you look at this page, you'll see everything that comes with it. It's a very long list. So you get all that for 17 bucks. And if you already have the mobile PLR pack, which we do know that a lot of people do, then you can still get the same offer without the PLR, and you get it for even less. So you get it for only 10 bucks. And that link is here on the page also.
Cool. BJ wants to know how to check if he's already purchased one of the Firesale products.
Send us your email, and I can check really quickly for you. But we'll need to know like what your normal purchase email is. We can check.
Yeah. And maybe there's a way he can search. You know, like search his email or something.
Well, if you ever bought any of them previously through an affiliate, then it wouldn't come up under one specific search. I don't think you'd either have to search for each product individually, or
probably have to search for the product name, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You know, while we're on here and while we're demonstrating products that we've created, if you have any ideas for products that you actually need, you know, throw them out there, because, you know, we want to serve your needs, and if you've thought of something that you need and is not available, let us know. We're actually creating more PLR packs. PLR packs. So we have a new one coming out in plumbing.
We have 2 new ones coming out.
Yeah, plumbing and HVAC, I think, is going to be ready pretty soon. And because PLR packs are really fun to create. So we really enjoy doing those. And so if any niches that you're interested in, just let us know.
And all of the PLR packs that we've done so far are only $9. So that is a steal. Because with our PLR packs, you get 21 articles, 21 tweets, 21 PowerPoints, 21 videos, and 21 voiceovers for you to do whatever you'd like.
Oh, Ronald just gave me a clue. He said his previous purchases show up in the purchase history on Warrior Plus. So if you go into Warrior Plus, and it'll show you what you have bought already. Of course, not all of our launches are on Warrior Forum. We've had one on JV Zoo. I think maybe one on FS Forum Special Offers, but I think most of them have been on the Warrior Forum though.
Yeah, most of them have. Yeah, there's only been a couple that are on. FB Moby Social was on Forum Special Offers, but everything else is available through Warrior Plus.
Okay. All right. So what does that leave?
The PLR packs and then offline lead magic. So the PLR packs are pretty self-explanatory. Like we said, you get 21 of everything, which is, it's more than just plain old text content. We give you PowerPoints. You can use the videos that are already created, or you can take those PowerPoints and the voiceovers and create your own videos, or just use the PowerPoints as presentations for when you're speaking to clients or something like that. It's pretty versatile. What you can do with what we give you within.
Can you show them some, Jasmine? Can you show them some, or is it? Of course, all of the links to the original forum threads are there too, so you can click the links and go over and see what's included and read the feedback and all of that. How many PLR packs do we have? The two offline in general, and then one mobile, right?
Right.
Yes, okay. And we have another mobile PLR pack coming out very shortly.
Let's see, I'm trying to find a video for y'all. So this is just an idea of what kind of videos come with the PLR packs. Oh, that's loud.
What's that?
That's loud.
Jasmine?
Yes.
They're not supposed to hear the video, right?
Well, I just played it on. It's on the sales page for all of the different
Okay.
PLR packs. They each have their own video up there. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and add. I can add the version 6 right now to FMO social site for you guys to download since y'all are already there. Give me a second.
So what do you guys think of the like? How many of you have like all of my products, or do you have how many products of mine do you have? 1, 2, 6? All of them? Who has all of them? Somebody has to have all of them. Steve is the winner. Cool. Right. While we're waiting on that, I want to ask people, has anyone out there tried using a voice blaster to reach small business owners?
What is the voice blaster?
A voice blaster, you've heard of robocalls, so a machine will call the person or the business owner, and then when they answer, it detects when a person answers the phone. And actually it works two ways. If a person answers the phone, it can deliver a message, and it sounds just like you're talking to, you know, it lets them know that it's a machine, of course, but it just gives them a message and makes them, you know, tells them what you're offering or tell them what you want to talk to them about, and then say press 1 to be transferred to a sales rep. So that way you get people, you only talk to people who actually are interested in what you have to offer. So they press 1 and then it patches it through to you, or if you don't want to talk to people and you want them to get more information, then it can transfer them to a message that where they can get more information, and then leave their contact information for you to call them. And also it gives them the option to be put on a do not call list and that sort of thing. And then the other option is it can detect when an answering machine answers the phone and leave a message. So it can actually work two ways. It can detect when a person answers and deliver a message, or when an answering machine answers and leave a message, and then they can call for more information. So Mark Helton uses this a lot, and I'm finding out that a lot of marketers are using this to generate hot leads, and that's what it's all about. Yes, actually, there are a couple of options for that software, and I will find out where what the URL is for selling it and all that. But I'm experimenting with that this week. Jasmine doesn't know anything about that. I'm experimenting with it, and because I have leads lists through info free, and so I'm putting together like a little message, and I'm setting it up right now. I just added money to the dialer, and it's really cool. I mean, if you think about it, you're only talking to people who want to talk to you. So it's not cold calling. They're calling you. They actually want what you have to offer. Bob Ross uses this a lot. Bob Ross uses every possible means, including cold calling. So anyway, I'm experimenting with that, and we'll let you know my results. Yes. So a few people have used it. Someone for a congressional campaign. I know. I mean, no one really likes cold calling, but the thing is, even people who detest it agree that it's very effective. And you might not think it's effective, but it really is. There's this one quote that I saw. This was a woman, and she said, all the reasons why it works for her. And then she said, by the way, I'm a shy introvert, but I'd rather be a shy introvert who doesn't mind talking to strangers on the phone than a broke shy introvert. And it's a very effective way of getting leads, because believe it or not, business owners, if you say the right things, they will listen to you, and they will be open to what you have to say. It just depends on what you're offering them, right? And one thing I think that as we're all into technology, and we tend to want to hit them with the technology and offer them mobile websites and QR codes and websites and SMS text messaging, and they don't really want all that. What do they want? Who knows what the business owners want to hear? More clients. Yes. ROI. How is this going to help me bring more customers through the door and make more money? So that's really what you have to lead with. This is a client acquisition system, a lead generation system that can bring you X amount of people, blah, 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 blah. That's what they want to hear. So when we lead with mobile websites and apps and that sort of thing, they don't care about all that. So that's really is, when you're thinking about attracting clients, that's the main thing you have to think about from their point of view. What is it that they want? They want more clients. So that's the way you have to talk to them.
And for those of you that are waiting for version 6, it is live.
All right.
So if you log back into your FE Mobi social account, you can download version 6. And like we said, the difference between 6 and 4 is that there was an issue with the accounting slider when you were looking at the accounting theme on a mobile site. That has been fixed. And there was a bullet issue with when you're making lists. So that issue has been fixed since the last update. And with the bullets, there is a shortcode style list that you could be using to make the bullets easier.
So Mazween agrees with me about cold calling. See, I really do think that we all, much as we hate the idea of cold calling, and Jasmine won't cold call anybody. She will not call anybody, even a warm call. You can't get that girl on the phone. But
Listen,
cold
I worked
calling,
customer service for a long time, answering over 100 calls a day. It is traumatic. It has changed all of my phone habits for the rest of my life, I'm sure.
right, that's why she's holed up in her room, always working. And okay, so but anyway, I'm really warming up to the idea. I guess just because I want to explore every possible option of getting clients. And I've done every one of them except cold calling. Now, sure, there are some people, the expert shouldn't be the one calling, but I really do think that it will help you, broaden your horizons and get you out of your comfort zone, and also open you up to, people, they're just people, and it's not personal. They're not rejecting you. They don't even know you, right? Anyway, Jason Canigan will be us a week from today. And I'll be sending out emails starting probably Monday. But he is so inspiring. Talking to him, I feel like I can do it. And he just has this great phone voice and all these techniques of finding out the name of the business owner, and it's just just really cool. So we will be discussing how to overcome call reluctance, and I really encourage everyone to attend, because it will really open your eyes to the power of cold calling. And BJ says Jasmine will be cold calling after his webinar. BJ, would you like to wager? Would you like to place a wager on that?
I wouldn't count on that, BJ. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So Douglas wants to know, what other products do we still offer? We still have that whiteboard video. We still have a plug-in that Jasmine doesn't want to to discuss, that we sold recently, so I won't even mention it. But every time I think about it, we have there's another product. So maybe we'll just, if I think of some more, but I can't sell the whiteboard one. For
any less than it is, yeah.
Any less than $27, because that's by agreement with Stuart Alexander. So.
Yeah, we made a special note of that on the Firesale page.
Yep.
So,
but we're going to be coming out with a lot more products. We realized that that somehow, because of the mass, those launches that we did, the QREP and the FB Mode Social, those were huge launches, lots of moving parts, and then, of course, recently, it's the summer, my kids are around, I went through a divorce, which was a little traumatic and sort of, made me be a little bit less productive for a while. And but now they're going back to school in 4 more days, and and so we're ramping up to do a lot of things. Really excited about the mobile PLR pack that we have coming out. And the plumbing pack is actually ready to go, just haven't had time to put it up on the sales page. And I think, Jasmine, is it on the Firesale page?
No, it's not.
Okay. And you guys will actually, so this is not anything that anyone has already. It's brand new. No one has it. And you'll be the first to get a crack at it. I probably will put it up on...
we can put it up on the Firesale page, and when we send out the replay link to this webinar, then you'll be able to grab it.
Yeah, so we'll consider that to be like early bird pricing. So if you're interested in the plumbing niche, we probably can even get a theme to go with it. We can get one from Sabir, or else the one that we created a week or so ago. So we like to, I'd like to give the entire solution. So not just articles, but articles, videos, audios, tweets, themes. Now we're branching more into software, themes, and plugins. So we really like to give you the whole package. So you can just take it and put it up, and now you have a lead gen site. So let's see. Are we done? What are we doing now?
I guess we can go over OLM a little bit. This one was your first one.
Oh, offline. Oh my God, I can barely remember that product. That was so long ago.
But it kind of fits with the cold calling because, well, not really. It's not cold calling, but it does get you ready for for that kind of thing. So I think it's still relevant. Still a relevant problem.
Well, offline lead magic is an interesting, it was my way, again, because again, I'll freely admit that I will do almost anything to avoid cold calling, right? So my way of reaching business owners was to not call them to try to offer them, get them to buy anything, but to offer them something. And that is free publicity. I interview them in exchange for, and at that point they become a warm lead, right? Once you interview them and you give them a little publicity, and you actually, during the interview, you can ask questions to sort of find out, well, tell me about your marketing. How do you attract new clients? And during the interview, they practically end up telling you what they need. So I found that to be a good way of attracting, of meeting business owners. There are some other things that I'll be doing that, and this is all going to be part of the client attraction masterclass. So I'm just ramping up, getting all of my ducks in a row, and thinking about chamber events and that kind of thing. I don't really like public speaking that much. It's easy for me. I don't mind doing it, but my whole world is sort of focused around my children, and for some reason I just don't like preparing for them and going to them. I don't mind actually giving the talk, but preparing and going and all of that. But I know I need to get out of that, right? Now my kids are older. I don't have to be home baking cookies when they get home from school. So I think it's time for me to get out there, and my accountant has been encouraging me to join the chamber, and so I'm thinking about doing that. So anyway, I don't want to ramble. It's almost an hour, and we like to try to keep to our time limits, because I really don't like when I get on a webinar and it's supposed to be an hour and it ends up going 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Don't like that. So, BJ. Oh, so, are there any other questions for us? Any other questions about any of the products?
Look at y'all. Y'all are experts. You know everything about all of our products.
That's good. All right. Well, cool. All right. And let's see. What else did I have to update? Well, I guess that's about it. So I'll be sending out the links for the Jason Canigan webinar next week. I encourage everyone to tune in, and you'll really learn how to overcome call reluctance. And I just think it's important for us to use every way possible to reach out to clients. And cold calling may be uncomfortable, but I think it will get us out of our comfort zone, and I think that's a really good thing.
James asked, when you do an interview, do you post it anywhere like Google Hangouts? When we did them before, we just did MP3s. So it was just like a podcast.
Yes, with transcripts and a picture of the business owner. We put it on a page that's dedicated to that city. So to them, it's relevant because it's for we posted on the city page. For instance, we had a site for we live in Missouri City, so we had a site dedicated to Missouri City, and we would post it there. So you would create a page related to your community and call it Louisville Business Blog, and then you would post your articles there, post interviews there, and then you follow up with the business owner afterwards and send them a proposal. You're not a cold call anymore. That's a warm lead. So you can send them an offer, and based upon the things that you found out during the interview, you know exactly what to offer them. But at any rate, it really is more of a relationship building exercise. It really helps you break that barrier of you're not just a salesperson trying to sell them something. You're really interested. You're from the community. You're really interested in what they're doing, and you really want to know more about them. Which is just called having a conversation. And that's really what we need to think about: having conversations with people, not trying to sell them anything, but being genuinely interested in their business and what they're doing, and finding out how, and then coming up with an idea. Now, don't come and try to sell them a solution when you don't even know what they need.
Right, and then James asked if you interviewed anybody in person. You did do a couple in person, but for the most part it was through the conference number.
Yeah, because you know what? In person is problematic because how do you record it, right? I don't have, my recording online was better than my recording in person, right? So I did one in person, but then I ended up turning that into a video interview. So rather than being audio, since we were there, I did a video and posted that. Firesale ends
Monday.
It goes through the weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see. Who's swiping? Vive is swiping from something from us. What is he's asking? Something about the 21, the offline PLR pack includes an OTO, legally swiping. Yes, you know what? We did launch that as the OTO to Offline Lead Magic, and then we ended up just doing it as a separate offer. So, you know, if you want to swipe for me, go ahead, BJ. No problem. Yes, we are recording this, and we'll send out the link to the recording.
And most of the interview process is covered in Offline Lead Magic because it was those interviews that inspired the product.
Right, right. And so yeah, that's exactly what we go over in Offline Lead Magic. Everything, including how you connect to the people, what questions to ask, how to just structure the whole interview, and how to present the offer afterwards. So
and even some free resources if you don't have your own conference line.
Yes, exactly. So, okay, well, we're right at 1 hour. And there's one thing you can always say about us is we usually are strict with our time limits, and we try to limit things. But, everybody's busy. You don't have 2 or 3 hours to be on a webinar. And I need to go figure out what I'm going to make my kids for dinner.
James is asking, where else could you post the interview? Well, you could make it available to the business owner in return for them including a link back to your site on their site, and that would also help with link authority and backlinks and that kind of thing because you're getting your link out there. That's one other place you could potentially put it.
Yeah, and actually you could post it anywhere that you can post an audio, right? Because that's what it is. It's an audio. You could post it to like podcasts, my blog. I mean, there are all sorts of places that wherever you can upload a podcast on audio, you could do that. You could also make it into a video. You could take it, and this takes a little bit more work. We've done this before. We've taken an audio, an interview with a doctor one time, and then we went back and overlaid, his voice with whatever he was talking about, made a PowerPoint. That's a little bit more work, but if you really wanted to do that, you could make a video, post that to YouTube or whatever. Actually, sometimes you can even get the business owner to pay for that. You create a video with their voice and showcasing their business, and then show it to them, and that's a video. So there are all sorts of little sneaky ways to create content out of these.
Out of one interview, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And don't forget about press releases too. That's always
right.
an option. We did quite a few of those with the interviews as well. You can take that one interview, and whether it's just an MP3, you can turn that MP3 into any number of things and take one piece of content and turn it into 10 pieces.
Right. And it can be transcribed, and then that's, that's text. That's searchable text to go on the website. Well, if James asked, do you charge if it's a news release? If it costs, if I'm doing a news release to promote their business, most certainly, yes.
How much would probably depend on the industry that they're in, I would think.
Yeah, for cosmetic surgeons, you can get a lot more than, say, for the
pizza place owners.
Pizza place down the
Yeah.
street, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to, if you're going to charge them for something like that, you want to give them a number that they can work with.
Yeah. And keep in mind that it's a foot in the door, and there are just so many things that they need that they have no idea even exists. So, okay, are we done? You ready to wrap up?
I think that's covered about everything, and we'll have that the extra plumbing pack ready to go when we send out the replay link to this.
Yeah. Has anybody did any work with plumbers or interested in that field, in working in that niche in plumbing? Oh, cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thank you, Mazween, James, Adrian, BJ, everybody. So it's great to hang out with you guys. We need to do this at least once a week because it's it's really about just being part of a community and connecting with you guys, and that's why I really would like to find some way for us to talk, to be able to. Although it's fun talking like this, we can you type a message and we talk, but we really need to work on more ways that we can connect and communicate. So I'll be thinking about that along with our client attraction masterclass. I've gotten lots of great feedback from everybody on that. Just trying to work out the details and actually do a little bit of like I'm going to do this voice blasting, so at least I'll have some experience with that when we start out. I really want to do things that I haven't done before. Email, we've all done. Cold calling. So we'll start out with voice blasting and cold calling next week, and then by then we'll have some content, and I'll be ready to go, and I'll have some results because I intend to get some leads from my voice blasting, right, and follow up with them and have some feedback on what I sold them and all that. So, all right. So, anyways, great seeing everybody, and thanks for coming out, and we'll talk to you next week. Don't forget cold calling with Jason Canagan a week from today at the same time. All righty?
Oh, there was one more thing. BJ mentioned that he'd like to do a barter for a plumber. We do actually have a barter product. If you don't have it already,
that's right.
That is not up on this list. But if bartering is something that y'all are interested in, we can add it to the Firesale list.
Yeah. This is a product, what is it called, offline barter magic. We're really into the magic thing. I guess you noticed magic, the 21, all of that. That's all, we had this little magic motif going. But there's a barter product I did, offline barter magic, and that we can add that to the list as well. I've actually bartered for a lot of cool things. Dentist, housekeeping, pool cleaning.
I think the product is worth having just to listen to the other people that you interviewed, especially the guy who bartered for like a $10,000 diamond ring.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What else did I barter for? Air conditioning unit. I've done a lot of bartering. Yeah.
And in Texas, that is not cheap.
Really? Yeah. So, the only bad thing about bartering is sometimes it's hard to it's like pulling teeth to get the information from these people, right? You remember how much trouble we had getting the information from the AC guy? I mean, they're so busy doing their business that you really have to somehow, you have to extract the information from them and put it on the page, or just make up something and put it on the page and then have them look at it and make corrections. So, but yeah, bartering is fun. So. Look, BJ has a barter. We got to check this out. Okay. All right. Okay, everybody, we're signing off, and talk to you next week.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.